Hello, everyone. Good day, good evening.
Morning,
Yes,
evening.
thank you for joining in again at the Joseph podcast. I hope your week wasn't stressful and I hope you did have the best of the week. Welcome again. Thank you so much for joining us again.
All right. Sincerely, we're very excited for every subscriber
Yeah,
that tunes our channel. We are very grateful. I want to say thank you.
thank you so much.
Moving on into what we actually have today. While we're speaking last week, we mentioned we're supposed to talk about sex and its relations today.
Yes.
But during the course of the week, we had this nudge to talk on some certain questions that people find as issues in the marriage and even in relationships. There are many questions. In fact, questions are really never ending. But we're just going to talk about a few of them.
No problem. Okay, the first question is: a wife meant to work? Is she allowed to work in or do business in the home?
All right. My own take. If I will speak from what the Bible says and then give instances, so I'll get to understand. From the first scenario where we saw Adam and Eve, why many times I always like going to that far behind it, because that was the start of whatever form of marriage we saw. So if that is actually, or that was given as a foundation, then every other thing should be predicated upon that also. So, because Jesus was speaking and in the beginning, it was also, meaning there was a typology that existed in the beginning.
True.
So, speaking now from that position, we realize that when Adam came and also Eve came, there was nothing like Eve was in the house. But how did I know she was not in the house? Was because wherever she was tempted, she was in an open space. In fact, she was in the garden, the same garden that Adam was stealing, because the garden that God told Adam to take care of, that was where we found that Eve was actually working. The only problem was that they were distance apart. But was Eve working? Yes. And I will use that same scripture to highlight some certain things now in this concept. Is it okay for me that the woman should work? Yes, the woman should work. But this is where the problem now comes in. So let us be very, very clear. For every man, every woman out there that's watching this, let's take note. This is my opinion towards this. So if you're in the comment section, you can have yours.
Yes, you can drop yours.
Yeah, so like I said, this is my opinion towards this. Is it possible for a woman, or should a woman supposedly work in a marriage setting, in a family? Yes, I think a woman can be allowed to work. But now, on what grounds should it be that the woman should not work? Now, there are so many grounds that exist, but I can sum it up to just one particular ground. And what is the ground? The ground of, if you notice, like I said in the Bible, when Eve was working, one thing played out. The Bible recorded that the devil came and he spoke to Eve and spoke to her directly, which is naturally not supposed to be. So the only reason why the devil could have access to speak to Eve directly was because wherever they were working in that context, they were very far apart. And what am I trying to say? Whatever form of job that will make you couples stay too far apart is not safe.
True.
It's not safe. And this does not just play too for the woman, because that will be very, very misogynistic. To be very wicked. Do you understand? To be one-sided. This happens to both couples. So, but I feel that's just for me. I just feel for that ground alone, because many times it's easier for people to easily blame the women than the men.
Yeah.
Yes. So I feel, because if I were taught religiously that the woman is actually the home builder, so she needs to stay closer to the house for a lot of things to work. In many ways, that's actually true. If we read the Proverbs 31 woman, yes, actually, that's actually true. But you realize that even the Proverbs 31 woman understood how to stay close to her husband, how to function with him. She knew how to take care of him. making sure that there are no lapses even while she was doing what she was doing. So if whatever thing the woman is going to be doing is going to take her away from the family so much as per me cannot be involved. Now, I'm not
Creating
just
a
talking,
deficiency
yes,
there.
I'm not just talking about location now. I'm talking about if you're doing a job that will make you not really be present.
Yes, because
in your
we are the
family.
home builders, and
Yeah.
it's necessary. It's necessary that we're present in the house too. As much as it is good to work, also don't let it be a reason why the house will suffer. Because in my own point, if the house is suffering, because we are very important to creating a next generation that will also create a good standard in the environment. If you focus more on working or being a career woman and the house is suffering, you are actually making the environment yes, something like that. But besides that, if you can communicate, or you both can communicate and have an agreement that okay, you can do this kind of job, you can do this kind of skills, but let the house not suffer, let the home not suffer. It's very good. I've seen so many career women still holding it down in the home.
Yes,
It's very possible.
It's very possible. Again, it's just basically being dogged, being conscious about your home.
Women have strength though. So tap into that inner strength and make it work. You can
Yeah, women have strength. Yeah.
yes, leave it, but that's just the truth, hands down. We have the strength to make we have the strength to make it work. You can actually go pursue that dream, chase that dream, and still create a beautiful and build a beautiful home, as long as it doesn't affect the house.
And for me to add this too to it, I feel a wise man or a good man should know how to support his wife.
Of course.
Having this concept, that's still on this particular topic. A lot of men find it difficult to allow their spouses work. This is the reason why some men feel like that. Sometimes it's low self-esteem. Low self-esteem in the sense of they feel if their wife eventually tends to make more money than them, she loses a form of respect and the rest. But let me tell you the truth. People actually know who are important to them. And everybody around your life is measured based on a certain form of value. And that is the truth. So you might not necessarily be earning so much more than probably your wife, but if you are the one that gives her the ability to do the things,
I don't think there's any how she really disrespect.
There's no, that's the thing. She sees you as a pillar of her life. And in fact, you being supportive will actually earn you more respect than even disrespect. Well, like I said again, it's my opinion. So you can have a better say, or you can throw your questions down in the comment section, and let's see more ideas that will pop up there.
Yes, please do. Please just throw it in.
So,
but all women can work and still be a home
communicate amongst yourself and make an agreement. Make an agreement, because so it doesn't become cumbersome for both parties. If you're going to be a career woman, make a plan with your husband. When do you come home? Who is going to stay with the children at what time? How do we get involved in it so that each of us don't miss out?
Yes, and please don't kill yourself. Or even the proverb that one woman had girls that worked for her.
She likes that picture.
Don't kill yourself because you're trying to balance work and home duty. If your husband can allow you have a help in the house, please do, because in this generation and time, the workload and how the environment of the society is a whole lot. So I think it will even be a bit relief for the man if the woman can also help
financially. In different ways. All right. Okay, we have another question here. I think this one is more popular in our part of the world, in Nigeria particularly. I don't know. I have not been to any other part of the world to conclude, but I know this particularly about many Nigerians. In fact, I see it playing majorly in the eastern and western part of Nigeria. And what is the problem? Should your in-laws stay with you as a newly wedded couple? This has created more damage.
Don't damage in homes.
In homes.
Seriously.
In homes.
Seriously.
Because There are many times where people just get married and just come into your family and seeing your mother-in-law just sitting there, or you just sometimes some men even go as far as not even telling their spouse.
Yes.
They go as far as not telling their spouse that their mother or their parents will stay. Some of them won't go as far as moving their bride down to their parents' house. And so that this will not be very too long. It will not be too long, rather forgive that English. So this will not be too long. Let me answer it directly. I feel it is wrong for anybody that is newly married or newly wedded to actually take their spouse to wherever their parents are, one way or the other. The reason is that a lot of issues will come up. A lot of issues.
Yes, you guys, the term there is newly wedded. Newly wedded. I feel that they both need time to get to learn each other, to get to understand each other. I think they need time. So bringing a third party into what they are starting on a clean slate, and they need to understand each
And
other.
this is away from courtship.
Yes, so
This is away from courtship because, like we said in previous podcasts, to make everybody understand, that you've stayed with somebody for quite a number of times. You guys have gone on 1 or 2 days.
it's a whole different
Does not mean
thing.
that you know the person. So
Different in
when you're
marriage.
getting married, it is crucial that you guys at least stay enough close to yourself alone to understand and perfect yourselves.
Yeah.
It is extremely crucial. Imagine, I will highlight on this part because that's one of the parts that makes it more weird. Imagine my mother-in-law in the house, and in that same scenario, we want to have a conversation or we want to have sex, whichever of the two, and there is no ability for expression because we are being very careful on, will this person hear? This person just stay in the next room, or that kind of thing. Do you understand?
It limits our movement.
For a lot of ladies who probably have been married for a while, because there are some mother-in-law that are very, very annoying. You come and you stay for a long time, and you can stay 1 year plus, and you're not leaving. It's not a mugo, it's not anything. And you don't stay for a long time. No, this is where the problem now lies. If the lady does not take in immediately,
It can create.
you start saying this.
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure you know how to do this thing? Are you sure? I watch people every day. Just to hear people. Do you know how awkward that sounds? It starts creating a problem even when there's no problem.
Yeah.
So, for me,
And our fit is the balance. Understand, first of all, we are not, because we understand now you guys are family. Understand the reason for the stay first before we're not giving you the go ahead to say no. We are newly wedded couple. You cannot bring your mom. You cannot bring your sister. No, you guys are family now. There can be cases of probably he or she is ill and there's nobody to take care of her or the person, or house issues, and it's temporarily, it's just for a period of time. You can allow that. Know the reason for this thing first before going into, because it can be rude when you're just coming into the marriage and you're standing your ground. No, nobody's coming to stay because we're newly wedded. No, it's family, and you have to understand because you all are now family now. So understand the reason why they are coming. No, let there be a clear communication. Okay, for how long are you staying? How long can we take you in the house? What are you going to be contributing? You are not permitted to intrude in our personal discussions, because you can come now. Some people are not. They don't have that.
In a way, you might still be standing your ground like that if you start asking them some certain questions. Though, just like she highlights, I feel the earlier part, which is how long are you staying? Because if you understand that some certain situations in life are in quotes situational, meaning that it's not going to be permanent, it's temporal, and since it's temporal, you can just let go of some other things, let it slide. Particularly just because you are going to be telling them exactly how long are you going to stay. So within this period of time, you can keep some of your issues private
Yes.
and not talk about it until these people leave, because there's no how you raise the matter. Even if you tell somebody like that, don't put your mouth in a conversation.
No.
I don't think, God forbid, if somebody was to be seeing you and your spouse having a certain issue, their family member will sit down there and just cross leg and be watching.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean some persons don't understand boundaries. You can be in the room and someone can just open your door because probably in their family they are that free. You create that boundary too for them if they are coming.
It's true. But there are some persons that whether you create it or not, that's why I said it's just if we find a way to just make them understand their timing,
Yeah.
particularly because why am I reiterating on this point is so that we do some certain things with care, because
Yeah.
even when she started talking to, she highlighted the fact that you should do it carefully so that not to create problem in a marriage you just stepped into. But the wisdom about it is that find a good way to communicate that instance of how long are you staying, and how long are you staying. You might not give plenty people boundaries, because sometimes even the boundaries become a problem. Somebody just coming to the house for the first time and you're telling them, please, if you eat your food finish, make sure you wash your plate. Do you understand? If you're coming to my house for the first time, sincerely, I might for the first 10 times I might never tell you anything concerning that. You might leave it dirty and go wherever you're going to and not even disturb you on it. But when I realize that your staying is now going to become permanent, then I start giving you some certain code of conduct that will not affect my emotions. You understand? So that I don't give you a scenario where you start feeling like I hate you, whereas I do actually do. So, and when it comes to family, it is now more critical, because everything, your every look matters. Your every word matters. Everything can be misunderstood that they go.
So we're creating this balance. The reason why newlywed couples need their space is to be able to understand each other better, because courtship don't really do justice to that. When you step into marriage, it's a whole different, believe me, it's different. You begin to see characters of yourself that you don't even know was there in the first place. And your husband or your partner will need to learn to understand that part of you that is just coming up, that you yourself you're even still trying to understand. You get? And if there's a third party, it will create misunderstandings, talks that are not necessary.
Extended talks that are not necessary.
Yes. So at that point, at that new stage, you need to keep it all.
So you won't raise judgment.
Yes, quick. Yeah, and it's too early for that. It's too early
Bible
for that.
said a good name is better than riches.
It's too early for that. So pumped about this question. It says, I still have a strong crush for the guy I was dating. Let's not put guy. I still have a strong crush on my ex, probably, before my family forced me to marry this man. What do I do? Is there hope that I can fall in love with him or her?
Okay, there are two questions.
Yes. So the first is,
what do I do?
Yes, what do I do?
What do I do? And the second now is that, do I have hope of falling in love
with the partner you're with now?
Alright, which of them do you want to answer?
You can go ahead, you can choose.
Okay. In my opinion again, let me state something. You know, when a person meets you and say they still have a crush on whoever it is that they were seeing before they came into a certain marriage, in quotes now that they were being forced to. I don't know, in this generation, it's a shocker that many persons are actually still forced into marriage. I know and I've seen scenarios where people have actually, in fact, there's one I even know about last 2 years, thereby, where someone was actually forced into a marriage by the family. And whatever reason that is created, people still look for wives, people still look for husbands for their children. It's very, very funny, but people still do that way in this generation where communication is easy.
Some persons still like it though, because I've heard statement of, if it's my mother that is giving me my wife, then it will work. Some people still have that mentality though. Sorry.
But now this is where the problem now lies. Sometimes there's always this presence of school crush, your first love. Yes, things like that. I know this might be a religious podcast, but let us call the truth. The truth. Yes, it does not change our podcast standard. And what I was trying to say is this: there is always that one person that sets you on your path for love, because now you literally came into this position or this path of love ignorantly, and then you met this person, and the person, you fell head over heels for this person, and the person kept navigating you through what it feels like to be loved, and your heart understood it, whether it was a wrong form, whether it was a good form. The truth was that as at that moment, that person was everything to you.
Yeah.
And then coming into the position where you never had the opportunity to give another person that chance to make you feel that same way again, and then you felt like you were pushed into being with this person. There's every tendency you might not necessarily have that feeling at first. Take note of the words I'm using, at first, because now for me I feel it's going to address even the second question. So what to do now is this, is a very simple thing. When you come to marriage, in the earlier part of marital vows, one thing that I said is that let no man put asunder.
Your ex is not omitted.
Your ex is not omitted. Do you understand? So you should be very conscious of the fact that if these people become a means of asunder to your home, then the first thing I feel you should do is cut them off.
Yes.
Can't need to cut them off, because realistically speaking, let me tell you the truth. So long as there's a third party in that place, it's eventually going to be a party.
Yeah.
It's eventually going to be a party.
Yeah.
And when people are not invited into a party, it's eventually going to end bad, because there's going to be public breaking of bottles, shouting at people. You get the gist, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. So if you don't have a person who your husband is aware of, and the rest, and you are having a wrong feeling towards that person,
treat it immediately.
Treat it immediately. How? Cut off. Run. Bible said it like this, said flee.
Entertaining it will cause issues.
It will cause issues, because you start giving another person this idea of I'm already cheating. You might not even be cheating at first, but that thought of giving this comparison of it's like you like talking to this person more than me, or you feel so good with this person makes you laugh more than me. It's a lot.
No matter how innocent it is, as long as you can be truthful to yourself, please. So if you're entertaining your crush conversations and you're saying you're beginning to give him time, beginning to give him listening ears, and definitely 1 or 2 times he chips in something you want to hear that probably your partner isn't giving you, you kill it immediately. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie that you can manage it, that nothing. Emotions can be quite deceiving.
The devil has a good way of shooting.
It's a good tool for the
hands of the devil. It's about shooting your shot. It's the devil that actually shoots, not you. Because what the devil does is that he waits for a season of weakness.
Oh my God,
and at times like that, there can be a family crisis, there can be, and take note, if that person is already your crush and you have a sense of
you have a place you can balance back when your partner isn't giving to you.
So it doesn't give you an opportunity to try to work things out with your partner. Do you understand? So once I have this, I think this also applies to people that do this whole bestie thing, even in marriage. It's
best friend is the opposite
sex. Friend is the opposite sex. It doesn't make sense. It will put you in problem.
It will harm your marriage.
Because whenever you have a crisis, it's very easy for you to run to that opposite sex and pour your heart out. And the reality is that whenever you find a way to pour your heart out and that person gives you comfort, in a way, there is a system of love that makes you find that person appealing as at that time. And if the situations are wrong and every single thing like that, then the devil is just orchestrating its way for you to bring you into an error. You make a mistake, and that's what you call it, a mistake.
But something that can be avoided. Just. And this goes to the next. Is that hope? Because this scenario now is for someone that was forced into marriage. So is there hope that you can fall in love with this partner? Okay, we've established this. Cut off. Immediately you are beginning to entertain the emotions of, okay, this person is there for me. This person gives me listening ears. Or this person is speaking my love language. Immediately cut it off. Now This scenario is coming because the person understands he or she is a Christian. So that is where we're coming from, though, right?
Yeah.
He or she is a Christian. Now you understand that your life is to give glory to God. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, you are finding yourself in this scenario. Give it to God. Okay, first of all, pray. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you. Now, find a way to be able to be invested. I feel one of the bond in marriages is that you're already invested in this person, and then you've gone too far to know there's no going back. So try and find the thing the person likes or the person wants, and communicate also. Okay, this is what I'm interested in, this is what I like. Let's try and see how to make this work. Be plain, especially if the person is not abusing you emotionally or physically. The person is just a good person, and maybe you just
Don't have that emotional attraction.
attachment. Yes, let's be sincere. Go tell the person, okay, this is not there, but let's try and build this. And you're also building it up with prayer, because you understand that you cannot go out of the marriage, you cannot cheat, because my life is to give God glory. So go back to your maker and tell him, Lord, this is a difficult situation I find myself in, but still I want to give you glory. Can you make this one? Believe me, it will be much more easier.
If your partner is there and probably you have any common attraction to him, wisdom becomes that you start telling your partner those things that attract you in any guy, so that when they see, they start learning it for your sake. That's so when we talk about communication, I want us to be very clear on what exactly you're communicating. Tell the person, see, I'm a person that like people when we walk together on the road, you hold my hand. I like it when you treat me like a princess. Yes, it's a very clear statement, but then yes, I'm serious.
Yeah.
There are ladies that actually like that.
It's true.
You tell them, I actually like my guy actually going out to go and buy me my own days. I feel somehow when things like happen. Now it's a form of act of service, but it's deeper than normal act of service. Now they might not be excited when you do things like help them wash or do other activities, but just to help them go to market. Some other people just I like a guy that cooks. I like a guy that just cooks for me and just tells me. I like a guy that just talks to me every day and tells me he loves me or send me text message on a random day. Easy things like that. But then there is no. Let me tell you one reality. The few times you can be marriage has the tendency to be surprising. Yes, on many occasions, but it's not a surprise that is not informed. The surprise has to be informed, meaning that you don't just act ignorantly to somebody you claim to love. You're being together means that you should first want to know what does this person like
at each stage,
so that then from that place you can now bring your surprises or bring your whatever it is you want to bring. But particularly make sure that you're consistently informing the person. Okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. I like a guy that, for example, now I can use myself for example. Leaving school, I got tired of my hair. I got tired of keeping hair, and if it's my desire, I will sincerely cut it to the lowest form for everybody to see my skull. But in the last 4 years of my life, in fact, many times I go to salon and I go and I want to cut my hair. You get statements like, "Please don't touch my hair. My wife will change it for you." Not me, she change it for you. So, but it is key. Things like that now, because there is communication.
Look for the simple, because it's the simple things that matter in marriage. Many a times it's just, you can see both partners having loggerheads and they are quarreling, having misunderstanding. If you look deep, it's as simple as, he did not speak this way to me, or he did not help me out in this, or he did not, just one simple thing, and you be like, are you serious? So in marriage, it's just simple. You see those things that you think is simple, communicate it with your partner, and it will help a whole lot. It will help a whole lot. I'm the kind of person, if we both go out, I like sitting down with my husband. There was a period of time we will go out and we got to the and I was pissed. I didn't tell him anything. I didn't say anything for a particular time.
I think we're going to end this podcast here today. We're going to close the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. We're very grateful. We'll see you next week.
So my point is the simple things. Communicate it as little as I like sitting down beside you when we go out. Communicate it.
She had serious problem with me. Serious problem. Like, I came back home, I was confused. I was like, what is that? And then the problem was just, why would you sit in front? And I'll sit there.
Except the point where I permit him, okay, or I tell him, okay, please go to the front because I'm with our beautiful daughter Star, and I have to stay at the back because of distraction. Or you can go, but the one who doesn't
Well, staying on this part too long. Let's go to the next section. All right. So, what?
As also simple as interrupting. Yes.
It's good to take note of this. So please take note
Seriously,
of this, because
it will help.
why is good to take note of this? In case you see us outside or you want to invite us anywhere.
No.
No. I want to say it, so that they will hear. In case you see us outside or you want to invite us anywhere, please tell your ushers that they should not keep me one seat and keep my wife somewhere else. That program will end. We'll just share the grace.
The program ends. It did not end now. Yeah. It was just because I didn't communicate with you.
Let's tell them.
Let's leave it, please.
All right. So moving on. She said we should move on. Right? All right. Let's move on. So the final question I think we're going to take.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are still many more questions. Please feel free to throw in your questions. We would really love to engage many of your questions, because the idea of this is not just to come every day and just talk.
Yes. We want to know what you're going through, what you're facing in that relationship, and we believe with the help of the Holy Spirit we can help.
We feel like if you're able to ask some certain questions and give us time or the chance to share our opinions through the things that God is teaching us, and not just us alone, by the grace of God, when if we ever get to the point where certain things are probably beyond our abilities, then trust you will not just be getting answers from us, because this platform, like we promised when we started, we're going to be getting persons who are experts in this field, not just by qualifications but also by experience. We'll be getting many counselors, we'll be getting 8 people in marriage that are doing well, who will come and share their opinions to us and what they've learned over time in years. So please, we are going to implore that you throw in your questions. So if we're going to engage persons like this, we have real questions that will be useful to you. Yes, that will be useful to you, so that we can know how to deal with that situation and truly impact homes. And not just that, also please, we'll be excited if you can also share your testimonies. The things that through this podcast you've been able to learn and be blessed by, and how you've implemented 1 or 2 of our ideas and it became a blessing. It will really be exciting to know that, and we'll be grateful. Thank you so much. All right, so moving on, the final question. It says, those I used to date suddenly started reaching out to me. I want us to hang out. What do you think I should do? Again, it's a very clear thing. If the people that you used to date, basically your ex, right? If they start reaching out to you and making statements like, hey, what are you doing here? I saw a picture where you came into my town, probably you visited the place, and like, hey, I saw you came around my town. What's up? Why don't you just hang out? Why don't you just chill? Or more? I will tell you sincerely, that chill it in your freezer. Don't chill with anybody. Run, because so long as any form of emotions have been, there's this movie that was acted on certain time, and I tried to read about it, and I realized it was actually a law. Though it was an informal law, but it was a law, and it's called Okafor's law. And what that Okafor's law was trying to state was the fact that if eventually you've had any form of sexual relations with somebody that was supposedly your first, there's a tendency that thing can repeat itself again in time. And what it basically highlights is the fact that if you've had, how true is that statement? Yes, I believe it's very true. If you've had any form of sexual relations whatsoever or emotional attachment to somebody before, something somehow can push you down memory lane and try to ignite flames. And so that those flames, you need to pour out and quench it off so that they don't come up again.
Yes, don't engage with
The only way to do it is just avoid. It's a very simple thing. Don't try to tell yourself I'm strong, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Christ is not supporting you for this one. So avoid
Leave it and focus on your mind.
Leave it and focus on your mind.
Please. Do not engage.
I believe that. Then if you can also, probably it's too pressing and the person is really telling you they want to come to your house, please let your partner know.
No, yes.
Tell them, see this also person. In case probably you forgot to tell about all of your exes. Yes, there are people that have dated so many persons they don't even remember they dated. So if it's possible, you see that person, you see this uncommon or careless high that happens in that shopping mall. You probably go there with your partner and then there's this person that else goes to you, hey, how you doing? Longest time. And then your partner is trying to watch and then the greeting becomes extensive. Hey, as you're coming back, hey babe,
immediately.
This person, I used to date this person and see, I am totally cutting off. I did not drop my number. Even when I drop my number, you'll be picking the calls. Make it very, very clear.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I believe with these few questions.
Yes. If you have more, please don't forget to drop.
If you have more, please drop. Many of these questions we're asking are questions that popped up just randomly from different areas. So we just wanted to address it through this platform. But if you also have any more questions, directly or indirectly, you know somebody that is battling through something and you need an opinion on it, please, you can share the questions and then we would, by the grace of God, get to respond. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are grateful. We'll see you next week, Friday, for another session with the Josephs.
God bless you.
Bye.